girl is exhausted as hell. Ooh. And in the process of doing all that, I decided to go ahead and make a YouTube video on any tips or pros, cons for college, anything that somebody should know before they get into college. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy. I'm gonna go ahead and get my food together and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I literally just got done from seeing my counselor, going to tutoring, and registering for classes. Now, in that process, I was happy. I registered for classes, got to talk to the counselor. Mind you, right now it's actually finals time. Like, this is around that time of the semester where everybody's getting ready for finals. Everybody's getting ready for their finals, and we're going to tutoring and stuff. Right now the campus, you would expect it to be packed, but it's not. But while I was registering for classes and talking to the counselor, there was like some things that I wish I would have known before coming to college. Just little stuff. So good, but soda's bad for you, so don't drink that much soda. That's why I gotta water. I don't have any makeup on, just brushed my hair out. I have a night class right now. Actually, my night class is from, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. My night class right now that I'm taking is from 7 to 9 o'clock. And it's a statistics class. Now, I'm so hungry. So basically the first thing that I really want to talk about is whenever you are getting into college and you're going to have to do an orientation, either it's online orientation or on the campus orientation. And when you're doing the orientation, they go over how to register for classes, how to know how to pick your classes, and just little bits of information as well. But during that process, if you don't go to the orientation, for me, I didn't go the first time, and they didn't tell me, but if you don't go the first time, you will get a W on your transcript, and that W stays on your transcript. You can't get W's off of your transcript. That's just the way it is. I'm not going to a good competitive college, transfer out. You don't want any of that on your paperwork. I had to drop that orientation class. I didn't know. Anytime that you register for classes, make sure that you drop them before the deadline. You will get dropped regardless if you don't go by your professor, but once you get to that point, it's already too late. It's on your transcript. It is what it is, and you can't get your money back. If you're paying for your units, you cannot get your money back whatsoever. Learn how to drop your classes, learn the deadlines, learn all of that. Second that I want to talk about is FAFSA. FAFSA, you need your parents' information all the way up until you're 24 years old. It doesn't matter if you moved out, it doesn't matter if you don't live with them, it doesn't matter. As long as you're not married, in foster care or some sort of that type of situation, you need your parents. You need your parents' information as far as how much income they make, how many people live in the household. I thought I wasn't going to need my mom's information at one point in time because I had moved out. So I tried to do my FAFSA without her information, but they weren't having it, so. And that's another thing you want to look out for as well. Now, the third thing. I just recently came encountered with this as well. Access codes. You have to pay for access codes. Now, access codes, you usually have to buy the textbook as well. Okay, for my situation, I was taking a psychology class. My forehead is itchy. Oh my god. I had to pay for a textbook that my psychology professor asked me to purchase, and within that textbook, I had to also purchase an access code. The access code gives you access to your activities, to your homework, to any type of scores that your professor is uploading on there. Also, it's like this launch pad too. But say you don't buy the access code, you don't have access to your homework, you don't have access to any of that. Now, I thought that only states, UCs, and private schools did that, but now they're trying to incorporate it. Well, they are incorporating it into the JCs as well. So be prepared for that. Have money put to the side, because you never know. Basically, have money put away. Have money put away. You might have to pay for your units. You might have to pay for your books. There's some people who get a waiver, a cash waiver, who don't have to pay for the books, but you might have to. So be prepared, because the income limit is ridiculous. Like, it's just not even okay. At my school, like, if you walk around the campus here, the type of animals you see here are squirrels. Squirrels run this place. Like, that's all you see is squirrels here. And then, okay, so what was it? It was learn how to drop your classes in time, don't get no W. Second is FAFSA. Be prepared to put your parents' information there all the way up until you're 24 years old. Third is third is be aware of access codes. Access codes, you got to pay for them. That's just the way it is. There's no way around it. You have to pay for them. Now, the fourth thing that I wanted to mention is build a relationship bond with your professors. Maybe in high school you heard that, but it really matters in college. There's some professors who don't even want to build a relationship with you, who won't even know your name. But there's some that you really need to. They will help you in the end when you're trying to graduate, or whenever you want to transfer over and you need a reference letter, they can write you that reference letter. Build a friendship bond with your counselor. That's important too, because your professor, your counselor, they're the people who, believe it or not, can actually pull strings for you, can make adjustments, can work with you, can see your progression, can see that you're trying, can see that you're here putting in work, that you're trying to get this degree. When you reach out to them, they know you're committed. Anybody who's in college, anybody can come to college, but who's really committed to go through with it? Who's really wanting to put their face out there, network with people, join a club? It is okay. Don't feel like you need to be antisocial. You don't. College is the beginning of your career in some type of way, because you're going to learn how to communicate in class. When you're taking an English class, a lot of the English classes make you guys communicate. You guys sit in a group, you introduce yourself, you do a lot of group work, you voice your opinions, you voice what you think is correct, you think what is not correct. So really think about college as a career. You want to network a lot. You want to talk to people. If you're shy, you need to stop being shy, because it's going to come in handy. Professors and counselors, make connections. Fourth, well, no, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth, Do not think that college is going to be easy. I don't know why people have the misconception that college is easy. No, it is not easy whatsoever. I don't care if you're taking a course that's only 3 months long. That's not easy, because those courses are usually built into curriculum for a whole year or even longer, but you guys are doing it fast paced. It's not easy, it's hard. I don't care if you're in vocational schooling for whatever. Ooh, excuse me. It's hard. If you're in junior college, it's hard. If you're in the state, any type of program, it's difficult. Everybody deals with this differently. So if you feel like college is hard, yes, it's going to be hard. This is not a piece of cake. It's not a ride around, the circus. It's just not going to happen like that. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to put time, you have to put work in it, and you have to really want it in the end. Go to tutoring. Tutoring works. Tutoring matters. You may be like, oh, I don't need tutoring. Oh, I'll go next time. Or I'll go. No, go. It makes a difference. Also, don't compare yourself to your classmate. Sure, your classmate has an A in the class. Cool. Whoop-de-whoop. You have a C. Sure, your classmate doesn't have to take as much notes as you, because I don't know, they're fucking smart and they're photogenic and they can remember all their notes. But you do. You have to work 2 times as harder than they do. And that is okay. That is okay. A lot of people feel like they have to be so competitive with the next person, which in schools it's very competitive. I get it, I understand it, but don't try to uphold yourself to the next person, because it's not gonna happen. Last of that tip, don't get discouraged. When I say don't get discouraged because you thought you were gonna graduate this year, but you don't get to graduate till next semester, or you thought you were gonna graduate next year, but in reality you got 2 more years to go. And it's just like, I get it, you're seeing other people graduate, you're seeing other people that you started with who are leaving, who are transferring, who are starting a career, whatever the case may be. Everybody has a different route. Everybody starts at a different place. Everybody finishes at the, oh my goodness, everybody finishes on their own pace. So you just have to come to an understanding of that as well. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Ask for help. The last thing that I want to say is, don't expect to finish if you're like full-time. If you're a full-time student, yes, you can finish within 2 years. 2.5 max if you're at a JC. But if you're part-time, please don't expect that you're going to get finished within 2 years or 2.5 years. It's just not going to happen. A lot of people think, oh, if I go part-time, I could finish within 3 years. I'm sorry to break it to you, but it's gonna take you a little bit longer, and it depends on what you consider part-time. Some people consider part-time 1 class. That could be 3 units. Some people consider 3 classes, and that could be 9 units. That's still part-time. You're not considered a full-time student unless you're taking 12 units or more. Some 12 units are 3 to 4, 5 classes. So you want to be able to understand what you're getting yourself into before you actually come to college, because you don't want to get your hopes up and then now your hopes are way too high, and it's just like you're still in the same spot 4 years later. That's perfectly fine. Don't put a time limit on yourself. It's good to have goals. Don't get it twisted. Have goals. Have a goal to where you want to be at this point in time, and this semester you want to be here, but be realistic. And then one thing I wanted to mention as well that I didn't get to mention, I mentioned that I had just got done with tutoring, I had just got done seeing my counselor, and I had just got done registering for classes as well. In the process, whenever you pick your classes, I want to go ahead and share a tip with you guys. Look on this website whenever you are looking for a professor. Oh my gosh, I talk so fast. Sometimes I need to slow my roll. When you guys are looking to register for your classes and you don't know what professor to pick, or you're confused on to take this professor at this time and the professor at the other time, get on ratemyprofessor.com. Ratemyprofessor.com has all schools, has all professors, and they actually have reviews on the professors there from the students who have actually taken the course, who have been in there. Make sure that you also read the most recent reviews too. Don't go off of 2015 or 2016. Read the most recent ones, because you never know if around the older reviews they were just starting or they had just got to a new campus, so they were like a little bit more lenient, if you want to say some type of sort as well. And then say you don't see their name on there for whatever reason, you don't see their name, you can't find them, they have no reviews. Wait till the first day of class, be like, hey, by chance did you teach anywhere else? Do you have a background that you want to share with us? And usually the background, say they taught at SF State and now they're at UC Berkeley, but it's their first time at UC Berkeley, so they're not in the system. Look them up on SF State and you'll see reviews on there as well. So that's gonna wrap it up. Just stay encouraged, stay committed, learn how to drop your W's, be prepared that you might have to spend a couple of $100 for school, for books, parking passes, for whatever reason that you need to spend money. Have money put away. Don't think it's gonna be a piece of cake. It's not. You're gonna come in, deal with certain things mentally, physically, emotionally. School will have you having a mental breakdown. It's just the way it is. It's okay. Just like anything else in life, it's okay to break down and release it. So I hope these tips helped somebody. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any other video recommendations, let me know.